Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask you to consider the facts within this case, not hearsay or speculation. Miss Raymond and her husband on the day in question simply experienced a mechanical failure, asked for help, and then got on their way. Just as you or I would under the same circumstances, I'm sure. These false accusations have no foundations and have served no other purpose than to cause distress to Miss Raymond and her husband. Miss Raymond is an upstanding member of her community, regularly donating her time to Age UK, amongst other charities. Miss Raymond and her husband own their own home, vehicles, and run a small but profitable business. Under no reasoning would Miss Raymond or her husband seek out to harm or profit from an elderly citizen, the very type of person they so often go out of their way to help. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mrs. Raymond, for the court, please could you tell us what happened in the day in question?
Well, we were driving along, and then we could hear clunk, clunk. Something was wrong. And we're not like you, with all your money for AA and mobile phones. And there's no phone boxes around nowadays. So I said to him, just pull up here at old lady's house. I bet she'll let us use her phone. And she was lovely. She said, oh yes, come in. So I phoned my son-in-law to come fix the car. Oh yes, she was lovely. Did we want a cup of tea while we waited? That were nice though, wasn't it? We had a little chat. And he came in, just had a glass of water, and he went back out to wait with the car. Oh, it wasn't long after that, I went back out to wait with him. And that's it.
How did you know it was an elderly lady's house?
Same way as you know it's an old lady's house. You can tell them a mile off. Old-fashioned curtains, garden a bit overgrown. Doors need painting, that kind of thing. It's usually an old lady, isn't it? Because we live longer.
Mrs. Raymond, tell me about the car.
What do you mean, tell you about the car?
Can you give me a description of the vehicle? Colour, make and model?
It's blue, and it's Ford Leon. Leon.
How many doors?
Objection, Your Honor. The form of the question is ridiculous.
Overruled.
Can you answer the question, please, Mrs. Raymond?
There's two. Because you have to tip the seats up to get into the back.
Our witnesses tell us that there was no vehicle outside the residence on the day in question.
Witnesses? What witnesses? I haven't got any. There's some kids, children playing out, and they won't have seen a vehicle because we had to leave it round the corner, and I just walked round, and that's what we did.
Have there been any other incidents like this in the past?
Objection. This is outside the boundary of proper impeachment.
Sustained.
I apologise, Your Honour. Mrs. Raymond, at what point was the victim struck?
Objection! This assumes facts, not in evidence. We are here to ask for facts from the witnesses, not assume that a fact exists.
Actually, we do have sufficient photographic evidence.
So what if you got a photograph? Nothing to do with me. Could have been one of them kids that's hit her. Hey, she might have had a fall. Old people bruise easy, don't they?
Mrs. Murray claims it was you.
Look, told you. If anybody's hit her, it has got nothing to do with me. I mean, she might be round the bend with that dementia. She is not a reliable witness. You've got no proof of me. And I am telling you, I did not lay a finger on her.
You have quite the violent side, don't you, Mrs. Raymond?
You what? And how would you be if somebody accused you of hitting a poor old lady? Of course I'm gonna be mad, you clever beggar.
Mrs. Raymond, I put it to you, and indeed the court, that you and your husband planned this attack. You knew that this house would be an easy target. You knew that there would be money inside, and you knew that Mrs. Murray would be vulnerable.
Objection!
No further questions, Your Honour.